How do we do this then? Start.
We just say, you know, welcome to Let's
Let's
Talk
talk
LFC.
LFC.
Yes.
I'm
I always
I'm
get it wrong.
oh,
I always
I'm
get it wrong.
Jamie. Um,
This
and
is this is the older brother.
yeah, as you can tell, I'm the oldest brother. I'm 120 years old.
He remembers Billy Liddle.
Yeah, I have maximum zoom prettifying mode on my stream, and it isn't working. It's turning me into an old baby.
Jamie sees in 480p.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I look great as far as I'm concerned. It all looks great. I can't tell any problems.
No.
Um, so I guess we have to discuss the games that you haven't discussed so far, which would be one horrible game and two quite good games.
Yes.
Yes. And
So
there's no other news that's happening at the moment, is there?
no, it's nothing major, nothing important to
No.
talk about. It's dead. Dead thing.
Yeah. So I guess first things first, um, we should talk about the shit show at Leeds.
Yes. It was
Well, at
brilliant,
Anfield.
wasn't it? Oh, was it at Anfield? Did we lose at Anfield?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good start.
Yeah. Um,
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. It was
yeah, it was
Van Dijk losing his
losing his streak.
yeah.
Undertaker lost his streak.
Yeah. They
Um,
Brock Lesnar does. So
yeah.
God,
Um,
that's terrible.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I've already worn a wig. I'm basically. Although you didn't see that on this stream, so that's good. I
Yeah,
didn't wear a wig. Um,
I'm sure it will appear.
yeah, at some point. Um, I don't think so though. I don't think. I think it's just. I don't know where it
Well,
was.
you missed. Oh no, there's appearing. You missed the first few minutes of the game, I think. When did they score? They scored.
Like
Uh,
almost like first few minutes,
yeah, I
and
think
it was
we started off quite well. Like we did actually start off well. We were attacking them. We looked all right,
yeah,
and then of course Gomez decided that he wanted to even it up a bit.
yeah.
So what he was thinking.
I don't think he was thinking. I think Gomez. Well, maybe he was thinking. Maybe he's thinking, did I leave the gas on, or you know, he's still thinking back to that time that Sterling scratched him in that
Yeah,
in
but
that
you
cat
actually
fight.
keep bringing it up. You said
Yeah,
that ever since that happened, he's not the same.
yeah. He's lost it. His mojo's gone. He needs to get it back, like Austin
Yeah,
Powers.
I know.
But,
Like our cats, it's like Max
yeah,
getting bopped by little midget Finn.
yeah, yeah. Three cats. One is small and feisty. Two are big softies.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what Gomez is. Gomez is the Max of the
yeah,
situation there.
yeah.
It's
Highly
too
strung.
frightened.
Yeah,
Yeah, highly strung, too frightened, makes mistakes,
yeah. And
which is weird, really.
with him and Trent sleepwalking through quite a lot of that game.
Yeah,
It wasn't
that's trending
exactly.
this all season, though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I don't actually think he was that bad in that game, Trent. I think he was all right in that game.
yeah,
But he did all right. He's playing some good passes and stuff. But we had a lot of chances. Nunez could have got at least two goals.
yeah. If we'd
You know?
taken the chances we had, I think it would have been all right. But the problem is midfield.
Yeah.
Midfield
God,
was like walking through treacle.
I don't know what's going on. Well, because Elliot doesn't have that um, turn of pace, that little burst of speed. Fabinho's
Yeah,
slow. Thiago's not quick, but he obviously makes up with his passing. But yeah, they're just not good enough. Well, they weren't good enough in that game. So
I think I thought kind of uh, I thought that Elliot was going to be like the new Coutinho, at one point, and then he got
Yeah,
injured,
but he
and
was,
now he's the new Jay Spearing.
well, he's playing further forward though. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's a bit of
So
distortion on the audio, by the way. Just, don't know if your
a bit of
audio's
what?
bit of distortion on the audio.
Oh, okay. What on my side?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's weird. Normally mine's all right.
Yeah,
Let
it's
me
just a
just
bit buzzy.
I'll turn it off and on. How about now? Am I
Matt,
sounding like
I'll just put up with it. Hopefully, it won't affect anything.
what am
Um,
I sounding like? Hush, 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 hush.
no, it just sounds like there's like a tiny angry wasp in my laptop.
Oh,
Yeah,
could it be the computer
every
in the
time you
background?
talk, it could be. Yeah, it could be me. But we'll see. We'll see what it comes out like. If it's distorted, it's distorted.
Yeah,
Yeah, we tried our best.
yeah, we tried. We tried,
Yeah,
Charlie.
yeah,
We haven't mentioned the elephant in the room, Charlie.
yeah.
He he's gone off to for a
Like an elephant,
family
he never forgets a
emergency.
grudge,
Yeah,
and that's about it. That's all I'm going to say on that one. The
yeah.
elephant in the room. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. He's gone off. So we're manning the fort, um, Fortress Anfield, and of course, immediately they've lost
Hmm.
their winning streak. So
Yeah,
thanks, Charlie.
not a fortress
Jinx.
now. Yeah. Oh, Jinx boy.
Yeah, I come along and that's it. It's disaster. Um, yeah, so Allison's been a bit Manuel Neuer ish sometimes. And by that, I don't mean like he's really good because he is really good. I just mean he's been prone to doing things that are just a bit outlandish.
Yeah, but are you thinking of the recent game rather than
Yeah,
the
I'm just
last
saying
two games?
lately. I'm just saying lately.
I think he's been one of our best players.
I mean, as far as like doing his job as a goalie, most of the time he's been great. It's just sometimes he passes it and you think he would have been better off just hoofing out the pitch.
Just clearing it.
Yeah,
English. Should have gone English. Yeah.
exactly. Should have thumped it.
Well,
But
if you look at the Leeds winning goal, he needed to get a hand on that because
yeah,
yeah, it comes off. He does get a touch to it, but it's still and it wasn't like it was a toe punt basically.
yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know. It was just he's like a
What a
couple of
horrible
players
game.
who've looked invincible haven't looked so invincible recently.
No, I think as soon as they brought on, I just got that feeling. As soon as they brought on that little shrimp, um, Ganotto
Yeah,
or Ganonto, sorry,
yeah,
Italian, yeah, 19-year-old Italian,
yeah.
absolute mega dwarf, little solid, um, tiny
No
box
center of
man.
gravity.
Yeah, really
Can't
little
get off the
guy. I,
ball.
I
Yeah,
knew it as soon as I saw him. I thought he's going to be quick. He's going to be trouble, and he helped set up the goal as well. I knew it. I just knew it. When sometimes you see a substitution, you think, "Oh, great." They
yeah,
might be crap all season against everyone else, but
yeah.
then
They put on a little fast guy, and that's when you think, oh,
yeah, especially with our defense, for some reason, little fast guys are
yeah,
troubling us. When we play Gomez,
yeah. And when we have a midfield that is like Sabutio players or table football players or
yeah,
something else that's quite stacked.
ghosts,
Yeah,
absolute ghosts, just
yeah,
walking through us.
yeah.
Players come
Like
through.
like
Yeah,
cones. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think that needs to change. We need some energy in midfield, and when I don't know if it was that game that they tried the youngsters.
no, that's the Napoli game.
Okay, but yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk about that another in a
that's a later date now.
later time.
Next.
Um, but I think we got into that game. at certain points. It wasn't one-way traffic.
No,
Um, I think Leeds were lucky, really, that
yeah, they were.
they caught us on a bad day. Um,
They caught us on a
by
bad
all
player.
means, we should. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know. Check Gomez's bank accounts.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
he did he get a
it's
large brown
shocking,
envelope?
really.
That was ridiculous.
It's shocking how bad his mistakes are. Because he did it again, like another shoddy mistake, and then you have like a good game. Like the rest of the game will be all right. It's
Yeah,
just, yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
you could tell that Klopp wasn't happy with it because as soon as he had the opportunity to take him out, he took him out.
Yeah, he was yanked
Yeah,
straight away. Yeah,
you're out.
got that guy from Friday Night at the Apollo with the hook to hook him off. No,
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean Trent. Trent hasn't been really. You said he's got long COVID. Maybe he's still getting over his long COVID.
maybe he has. He's still having reactions to that, but
Yeah,
he's not got Henderson there like Henderson was a couple of seasons ago, going back and covering for him and doing all that. He's got Elliot who's trying to learn a new position, and it's
yeah,
sometimes it's not working. Or then you've got Fabinho, like he will cut across and he'll try and cover, and then we've got a big hole in the middle. Yeah, there's
yeah,
so many problems, but
yeah.
especially that game.
I mean, the solution would have been really to stick anyone in defence, maybe Fabinho in defence, put Trent in midfield, and put Gomez at the in Trent's
Yeah,
position. Would have been
he
more
don't want to do it,
defensively
does he?
solid.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to put Trent in midfield.
No, which I don't get
He'll put him anywhere but in midfield. He'll put him up front. He'll put
because
him.
when he was in the youth side, he played in that kind of coming into the box, kind of box to box midfielder type role, and he was good. Scored goals, came in late and scored goals. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess given how productive he is in the position he's in, when he's having a good game, you don't
yeah.
really want to get rid of that. But if
No,
he's not having a good game, or the team isn't set up to take advantage of what he does, and can't cover for his kind of you know bombing up the pitch all the time or whatever, then what would you rather have? Him doing some damage somewhere like in midfield, say, to the opposition, or him basically playing the same role but hanging back more, not putting in those crosses because he's been told to stay back, and that's not his strength anyway, being in
no.
that position.
Well, Klopp's been telling him to move up the pitch, like even higher than normal, and it's been putting Salah out of place as well. So he does. He did make adjustments back um, in the next game,
Yeah,
so that's good. And
yeah,
Elliot, and like I said, Elliot's learning a role which he doesn't know, and it's
yeah,
just like an experimental season. Well, who knows? When we get to a news section, we can talk about
yeah,
will any of this matter.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Salah not, you know, Salah being asked to kind of mark the linesman, um,
yeah,
probably isn't helping. Uh,
no.
you know, in general.
Well, I think they've made that adjustment, and you can tell now from
Yeah,
Salah's performances now.
yeah, he's improving. But that's
Yeah,
mainly because he's being allowed to play where he wants to play. I think
yeah.
so everything's
We-
all down to it's all down to the fact we didn't sign players.
Yeah,
We panicked by some crocked player who's immediately injured forever.
yeah.
Um,
Shock
you
horror.
know, I don't know what the point of that was. It was, some kind of is his agent someone who also is the agent
No,
of
no.
someone else we want to get, and we're doing them a
He was a
favor.
cheap. He was a cheap option. It was just some backup that we could play,
Yeah,
and
but we
he
couldn't.
is a talent. Well, I know. Well, he is a
Yeah,
good player, and he was trying literally too hard. I think he was having 2 training sessions a day, and he ended up injuring himself. So
yeah, you should have
uh,
known.
Yeah. Well, he fits in perfectly. Got injured. He's part of the team now, part of the family.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
so
Have we covered all of Leeds?
yeah,
I don't really want to talk about it anymore because all I can hear
no,
is
it was bad.
Sky Sports being gleeful about it.
Yeah, like
I love
brats.
football all of a sudden.
Yeah,
And then when we do well, it's playing the death march.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Martin Tyler needs to be sacked.
yeah,
I don't care anyway. Oh, I'd just turn his commentary off.
yeah.
Um,
Notice they got
right.
rid of
So
that crowd noise option, didn't they?
yeah, I know
Yeah,
because most people were putting that on rather than
yeah.
listening to that.
And they realised, hang on a
That
minute,
guy
we're
drone
actually
on.
not that important. Right, I'm just going to
Yeah.
grow for a second. There we go.
Oh no.
I can no longer grow. Um, yeah. So I guess, well, what's the next game we should talk about? That's the next game that happened
Napoli,
after that.
Liverpool. Yep,
Yes.
Napoli, Liverpool, Champions League at Anfield. They'd already battered us. What was it, 4-1?
Something just fell off. Never mind. Um,
No. We'd
we'll,
been beaten 4-1 previously. Um,
yeah.
everyone was boosting up Napoli, saying, "Well, they are top. They were top of the Italian league. I don't know if they still are. I think they still are. I think they won today, actually. Um, yeah, so they've been very good this season. They're 38 points, and the next team down's on 30. So they have been good. They were good against us,
Yeah.
but we still, even though we got beat 4-1, I wasn't like doom and gloom about the game because we made loads of chances in that game. We looked like we could score goals and create chances against them. And once we sort our defence out, I thought we'd have a chance. Now, it's
I thought
taken
we were
us.
going to get. I thought we were going to get a pasting after seeing what Leeds had done and how bad we were.
I
I
didn't.
thought.
I don't know why. I didn't. I didn't because
I
they
mean, I
won the
know that
Leeds
we
game.
always raise our game in these kind of European games.
Yeah.
I don't know, more cameras on us. Who knows? I don't know what the reason is, but the crowd get behind it more because I did think that Anfield wasn't at their best at the on the Leeds game.
They've not. Look, they're not always. They need to do that every game. We'll talk
Yeah,
about
but they're
the.
not going to. They're actual foot. They're not. They're real people. They're not
Yeah,
these kind of plastic. If we just make a lot of noise for 90 minutes, then that means something.
but they need to do more. They need to look at that Tottenham game. I was impressed with the Tottenham fans, even though I think they hadn't even scored yet. They were 2-0 down, but they were fired up and they were firing up the players. It works, yeah. We need to
Yeah, and
do that more because we are
they're
good
also
at
in
it.
a stadium that's completely designed around
Yeah, of
a-
course, of course. It's like
amplify what they do.
the Seattle Seahawks, wherever it is, in their
Yeah,
super
yeah. I mean, Anfield's
super
got
duper
some
sound.
of that, the way that
Yeah,
some of the stands are designed, but it's not all the way around like that
no,
toilet bowl that is the
just our fans
Tottenham Stadium.
make that noise. They just
What's
make
it
yeah.
called anyway? Tottenham Stadium? Is it called just the Tottenham Stadium or the
It's
Soda
who
Stream
knows
Stadium?
the yeah the let's see. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Is that what it's called?
it
Oh
sounds like
my
when you
god.
don't have the license,
Yeah.
like one of those
It
football
is
games, and
actually called the Tottenham Hotspur
yeah,
Hotspur Stadium.
yeah,
Why don't they
the
just call it
London
White Hart Lane?
Lily Stadium.
Isn't it in the exact same place as well? It's just like turned round a bit, like Wembley Stadium was, or something like that.
Yeah,
What? Why did they do that? It's a good stadium.
because they want to sell the naming rights.
Yeah. Well,
Say
I'm sure they
nothing.
do.
Yeah,
I'm sure they do.
yeah.
You know, make some money.
Well,
That's
if
a,
I was
that's
a
a
rich man,
yeah. Of course. No, there's
I,
nothing.
I-
There's
I'd do
nothing
the
wrong
same
with that.
thing. Biddy, biddy, biddy,
Yeah.
bum.
Yeah. Gone.
Yeah,
Um.
demonetized.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Napoli game. They still gave us a bit of trouble. Some of
Yeah,
their
well, they were a good
players.
side, playing well.
Yeah. But they were dirty and they dived a lot as well, which is irritating.
Well, they're a good Italian side.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
expect? That's what happens. It's like there's two schools of boxing. Yeah, there's the type of boxing where it's the rules of the game, the Marcus of Queensbury rules, and everyone's fair and everything like that. And then there's the school of boxing where the
Floyd
referee
Mayweather.
is a part of the bout. Yeah, he's
Right.
another participant. In one school of thought, the referee is just there to be, an impartial observer or whatever, and like a camera. But in the other school of thought, he's there to be fooled. Yeah, that's why you can hold and hit on the other side of the ref and all of that kind of thing, because you treat him like it's only him you have to fool. You don't have to worry about all the other people screaming in the crowd. So I think that with Italian sides, they're trying to fool. I don't think it's going to work forever because now it's VAR and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't quite work the same way. Well,
Yeah.
I say that it
Well,
shouldn't do anyway.
no.
With
I
the
think Champions League.
Premiership refs, they're there to try
Yeah.
and they're trying to get rid of it because they don't want it. They want to go back to the old days.
Of course they do.
Yeah,
It's showing them up, and it's also showing how dodgy they are. I don't care
yeah,
what. Perhaps tinfoil hat time.
yeah. I don't
Our
care about all
refs are
that
never in the league.
Liverpool stuff. All that says to me is that when you've got someone actually looking at the evidence
And it's that obvious.
far enough away that they're not going to be intimidated by the crowd of the fans,
Yeah.
yeah, then we get slightly better decisions. But as it turns out, we don't because they've changed that now. So now they're
Yeah.
letting everything flow, letting the game flow. So yeah, let everyone get kicked to bits on the
Injured.
pitch
Yeah.
and just let it go because it doesn't matter because it's entertainment. No, no. Never
Well,
mind
in
that.
in
Did you see the thing about who was it? Was it PSG was being told to keep Mbappe by Emmanuel Macron?
really?
Yeah, Platini was told. Sepp Blatter said that Platini had told him that he'd had a conversation with Emmanuel Macron, who told him that he needs to keep Mbappe. And then soon after that happened, the Qatari government signed a deal for £16 billion worth of fighter jets from the French government. Now that might be a tinfoil hat conspiracy moment, but
No.
Sepp Blatter
No.
was saying it. He's got nothing to lose. He's already disgraced,
Yeah.
really. So, I mean, maybe he's just, throwing shit and seeing if it sticks, but, I don't think so. I think there's probably something to that, you know.
All football's corrupt
Yeah,
from the top to the bottom.
yeah,
There's all dodgy stuff going on. If people don't believe that, then don't believe it. If it makes the games funner to watch, it makes it more enjoyable.
yeah,
You live in your little childlike
yeah. You
brain.
love you
Fine.
you 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 love all your oil money and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Fine, live in your little WWE bubble if that's how
Yeah,
football is, and
little fairy tale.
and let's see if this comes to bite me in the ass in the next
Yeah,
2 days. Saying that,
yeah, exactly.
who knows?
But
Who knows what's going to
back,
happen?
yeah, but back to the game.
Yeah, back to the
Um,
game.
back to the game. Kanate making a big difference
Yeah, instantly. Best
instantly.
best
Yeah,
best defender.
yeah.
Better than
Large
Van Dijk.
lad.
Okay.
See, he's out of the cats. He's the Sam.
Yeah,
He's large lad.
he's
He
large lad.
looks quite soft at times. Yeah,
Yeah,
he looks like he won't go in on people or roughhouse them, but he's doing it more now,
yeah,
and
and
he
he
helps
doesn't
out
really
Canate.
need to be. He doesn't need to be a nasty defender
No,
because he's just big and strong. It's like Van Dijk. He doesn't need to be a
yeah,
nasty defender.
no.
You know,
We're
you would
lucky.
think
We've got
that for
two
Gomez, but he still
giants in
manages to
defence.
get himself caught on the wrong side of someone and hurl them to the ground or tug on their shirt or
Just
whatever.
insanity. Yeah,
Yeah,
Gomez. We could have a whole like blooper reel of just him this season,
yeah,
just disaster after disaster. But
yeah.
yeah, Kanate's not doing that.
No, he's not doing.
Kanate's
He's
defending
good.
well, and he helps out Trent as well. I think Trent feels a lot safer with him there. Um, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he's brilliant. He's been a brilliant signing when he's fit. I hope he gets over this getting injured every so often.
yeah. We don't want a defensive cater.
Yeah, We've already had Matip being injured, then having that brilliant
Yeah.
season, and he's
But
gone back to being injured again.
Matip was kind of injury prone, wasn't he? Prior to us signing him, which is why I think we got him for, peanuts.
Yeah, well, that's how we get players.
Mm.
They have an injury record, which we
Yeah.
risk basically, and think, well, he could last the season, he could be all right. They
Yep.
do everything they have to do, and they think, well, this injury, we could work through it, or he's young and he'll get over it. But yeah, it doesn't. That's not true.
We raid the bargain bin for
same.
crocs and nutters.
Yeah, well, Keita wasn't like that though. Keita wasn't. He wasn't one of these injured players. He got injured, and then he went on international duty, and the manager played him.
Yeah,
and it just didn't stop. It was like every so often, then something else happened, then something else. He never got a chance to have a long enough time in the team. But he's meant to be back, supposedly, for the weekend.
Mm.
I thought he was injured again. That's what someone said. He was injured again. He's out.
Mm.
But no, supposedly he could be.
Well, you believe it.
Yeah.
Anyone can make up a rumor that he's injured, and you think, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's like if Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, when he's, if someone said there's another, he's got another thigh injury or some calf injury or something else, and he's out for another 3 months,
yeah,
you just accept that's probably the case,
Yeah.
Whereas if you heard other players who I'm not going to mention because I'm not going to jinx it, you wouldn't believe it, So
no, we've got some solid players in there that hardly ever get injured. I'm not mentioning any names.
Yeah,
as well.
I heard someone was talking about, on an unrelated note, because it's not to do with injuries. Online, I see like Nunes getting called an agent of chaos.
Yes,
which I think has come from some clip that someone's, some pundit has said on one of those, half-time or full-time shows, after a game or whatever, talking about him. So I saw people calling him AOC, short for Agent of Chaos. And then someone else was saying, like, then I saw like comments having a go at the Democratic Party because they got the wrong end of the stick. And then someone else said,
long hair.
I thought he was talking about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. So yeah, I think that's going to be a short-lived meme name. I think they'll just have to call him Nunes. But he seems to have got over his little wobbles,
little thigh injury. Yeah,
yeah. And
whatever it was.
Yeah, when he comes on, we've got an outlet.
Yeah,
and as soon as he goes off,
as well.
That's one of Klopp's things that he does is he makes substitutions which just invite pressure.
We'll get into that, definitely. He didn't do it in this game. His subs were actually very good in this game because we lost Milner to head injury. He got belted, didn't he?
Yeah.
And so he had to go off because the midfield was working all right. Milner was having a good game. Everyone craps on him, but he was having a good game. So he goes off, and we bring on Elliot, and Elliot gave it a bit of energy, which he hasn't been doing. Yeah, I think he's better as a sub right now. So he brought that energy into the team, and then we went on and scored 2 good goals, and we're good. I say 2 good goals. One good goal and one super mega tapping. It was like Dirk Kuyt level of tapping.
Well, no, that's the all-time greatest.
The greatest hat trick ever.
Yeah.
Well,
right. We've got about 10 minutes, by the way.
Okay.
So the next game, I guess, to talk about is Spurs.
Yep. And who played in the last game, the Napoli game? Thiago had an okay game. He wasn't his best, but he was okay.
Yeah.
And did he play? Yeah, he played in the Tottenham game. We it's a weird game because we started well. They started badly. That's their thing for some reason. Their tactic is be rubbish in the first half and then suddenly play in the second. And
They can't
I
stop
don't know.
copying us.
I know.
They're trying to steal all our signings.
Yeah.
Anytime that we're mentioned for a player, suddenly Spurs are mentioned, and Chelsea and Arsenal and Man United and whoever else. Yeah.
Yeah. We started really well in that game. We started we didn't mention about the Napoli game is they scored like a goal that I it looked offside, even though it had to be slowed down and they had to they
Yeah.
need better resolution on the cameras so you can actually see it. It's still not good enough resolution, but I could see that it was offside. And
Well, at
so they
least we
gave
didn't
it.
have an offside or have a decision that couldn't be made because the cameras weren't picking up the whole of the pitch
Oh yeah,
in this game.
the Arsenal game. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
um,
ridiculous.
that was stupid.
Yeah.
Um,
I think their cameras are
so
still set up as if it was Highbury.
yeah, well, just like they found a way of cheating. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be surprised.
yeah.
Who did we bring on here? Oh, it was him. Okay, so yeah, so that game, the Tottenham game was a bit nuts
Yeah,
because
well, they
we
were
did start well.
trying to get us because
Yeah,
they haven't won for donkey's years against us in the league.
I was worried about it because they didn't have
Yeah,
Sun, which I was thinking that's a plus.
yeah, but lads,
And
it's Tottenham, as they say online.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
if
hate
they
that.
can find a way to shit the bed, they will.
Kulusevski, the Swedish player.
Yeah, he was good
Um,
when he came on.
yeah, he always gives us trouble when he plays against us.
Yeah, he made an
But
instant impact.
yeah, but our midfield played well at times. Fabinho looked a lot better. Uh, Elliot was okay. He was a bit shrimp. He was a bit midget at times.
Yeah,
Literally could not reach the ball because he was too small.
yeah. But luckily Dyer was on the pitch.
Dyer,
Dyer, yeah. Oh
Dyer
yeah,
was Dyer.
he's England first choice. He should be, shouldn't
Yeah,
he?
he's they weren't good. They
No,
weren't good, but they were still getting down the because it was so wide on the pitch. Their
yeah.
left
Well,
back, right
we
back.
were just better than them at first.
Yeah, yeah. But they were still getting they're still getting in there. And Trent was all right.
I think the first half, did they do anything?
No, they got down the wing a couple of times.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you
I
said, that
think
is their
from
tactic, but we knew that, so we just wrapped the game up by the first
yeah,
half, basically.
yeah.
And
We should
then
have got more.
yeah, and then Klopp decided to what did he do
He
with his
took off
subs?
he took off Firmino, he took off Nunez, he took off Salah, he took off Elliott to get Henderson on to make us a bit
Yeah,
more
he
solid in
put
midfield.
Gomez on.
Gomez,
They went
Jones,
three at the back.
and then eventually brought on Chamberlain. But
Yeah, Chamberlain
yeah,
for
that
Salah.
it was mental.
He brought Henderson on.
Yep, he did bring Henderson on for Elliott, which it did help.
Yeah,
It did help. Firmino was terrible in that game.
yeah,
He was a bit shocking. He's so inconsistent. He'll do something really, really good, and then something basic, like just a simple pass.
yeah,
We just mess it up, and we're under attack immediately. Like it's stupid.
yeah. He's
But
quite
Nunez looked
wasteful
good.
at times. But then again,
Nu-
what happened? What happened as a result of that of his play this season? Even though he's up there with our top scorers,
Yeah, but he got
but
8 goals. Didn't
yeah, but he's not in the World Cup squad.
he? No,
So,
you know what they're
yay!
saying?
He's not in the
The
World Cup
reason that
squad. He's not
is
going to get injured.
they're saying it's because he refused to get pictured with whatever the ex-Brazilian president. What's his
Oh,
name? Balacio or something? I don't know. I can't remember. One
Bolsonaro.
of Bolsonaro, yeah. Bolsonaro, because he wouldn't get pictured with him, he refused. He's been dropped.
which is weird considering he's out.
I know,
But is
but
he
maybe
out?
the
He's in with all the
huh?
generals. You know,
Was
Brazil
it? You're
have
not gonna.
got
It's not gonna be
form for
a
that
coup.
kind of thing.
Nah, he's done.
Yeah,
COVID will
well, I'd hope
finally
so.
get him for the eighth time.
Yeah, yeah. His idea of injecting himself with COVID to
Yeah,
fight COVID hasn't been working for him.
yeah. He was like super mega Trump.
Yeah, it was like
He
a
was more Trump
pantomime
than Trump.
villain.
Yeah, he. It's not real.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then he gets it three times.
yeah.
There's one picture. He looked like that orangutan, that picture of the orangutan with the drip thing. Yeah, he looked like that. How's he
Like
doing?
me, like that picture of me at Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Where I looked like I died in the seat.
We caught a picture of a ghost. Look. Uh, yeah, yeah. Well, we say that, but Trent could still have long COVID. That could be explaining
Yeah,
his situation, his lack of lung.
yeah. Way to breathe, no breath.
Yeah, he's got half lung. The
Yeah,
rest of it's full up with COVID.
yeah,
Bust
yeah,
the gut. Go on.
yeah. I know, and everyone's going, "Oh, you're lazy." It's what it is. You're lazy.
Yeah.
He's like dying, desperately trying to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They could have. I know that Fabinho had when he got COVID, he wasn't the same afterwards. He was a bit, you know, well,
well, he was a
like
bit
he is
slow.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brain fog.
slow
Maybe
in
that's what it
brain.
is. Maybe they've just all
Could
got
be.
brain fog.
Yeah.
You know.
But he's improved since the Napoli game. Fabinho was much better in that game. Tottenham were crap. If we look at it, Tottenham were crap.
Yeah,
Second half, they picked up because they put on their decent
whatever
players.
his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, they didn't have Son.
no, which I'm so happy they didn't because I don't know how we would have played then. But they
No.
might have attacked more and opened up a bit more. They had
Yeah,
five in defence.
we had Nunes, so we might have got more chances then.
Yeah,
You know, if they moved forward, that was their big problem. They couldn't if they defend too deep, then we've got the likes of Salah and that who can kind of tippy tap their way. And if they
yeah,
push too far up the pitch, then we've got the fastest player on the planet,
yeah,
or maybe not the fastest. I don't know. He's the fastest player in the league.
yeah.
You know,
Or of the week, I don't know.
as measured
I don't know
on
how
one
they
run.
recorded that.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
measured on one run when he was being chased by a tiger, whatever the hell was going
yeah.
on. I don't know what actually happened. Talking of tigers, there's the tiger clock picture,
I'm not
which
that.
I'll send to Charlie to insert at this point in the video. He probably won't.
Yeah,
We'll just use that as the thumbnail or something.
yeah.
And yeah, it does look like him.
Yeah. Well, he rarely makes that face. It's
What,
usually
that
the
gormless
smiling.
look when we've
Yeah,
lost? Yeah, he does.
yeah. It's usually the face he makes when we can see the goal. It's the one where he's at
Right.
and he's like smiling. Yeah. Uh,
We have about 20 seconds left.
okay. Right. Well, we'll come back to do that to a little news bit then.
Okay. Breaking news. Fenway Sports Group have put Liverpool up for sale. And we don't know who they're being sold to, how much of it is being sold. All we know is that the wheels are in motion, according to a report in the Boston Globe, owned by John Henry. So let's start the
Non-biased
discussion now.
news. Yeah.
Right, I've taken
We've already
my
done this, by the way.
yeah.
We're redoing it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. But we did all this. It's all a big false start.
Yeah.
So what can we talk about? Well, we can talk about the fact that we don't know if it's an equity stake or a full buyout yet, because they haven't actually said whether it's an equity stake or a full buyout. We know they did that in the past with Red Bird, not Red Bull.
Red
Wasn't
Bird,
Red Bull.
not Red Bull.
Red Bird. I
And
don't know what the
reports. They also had a report, like I said before, 2018, when it mentioned everything but the sale of the club.
Yeah.
So now they're mentioning the sale of the club. So I reckon that they've either got somebody in mind, or
Yeah.
it's much further on. They've let this information out.
Yeah, I guess what we'd need to do is look at all of the potential owners. I mean, who would they be? There's a guy called, I think he's called Dan Snyder, who I thought was the guy from Nickelodeon who got done, but apparently he's like the owner of a sports
Oh
team,
no!
and he's been wanting to buy. Um, he's been wanting to buy the Washington Commanders, who are
Okay.
the former Washington, you know, those guys, the
Oh no! We're cancelled.
yeah,
Um,
those guys. It was formerly them. Now they're called the Washington Commanders, and apparently he's in a race with Jeff Bezos. Jeff
oh,
Bezos wants to buy the Washington Commanders, and so the current owners are possibly going to sell up to someone else rather than Jeff Bezos. So
okay.
it may well be that this Dan Snyder guy goes to try and buy that. But I've seen people online wishing gleefully that we're going to get this guy because apparently he's a right toe rag. And
Oh,
he's more of
scumbag.
the Hicks and Gillette mold
Okay,
than
right.
the FSG
Going to be
mold.
cheap as all hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Then of course
So there's
there's
there's two
Steve
guys with the
Ballmer.
same name. Who?
Steve Ballmer, who is the who's basically the other guy who made a load of money out of Microsoft at the same time as Bill Gates.
Okay, right.
And he's been looking into, you know, sports clubs and things like that. I think he might own a sports club or something over in the States.
Right.
And, there's a chance that he might be interested. This is, these are all just probably bullshit rumors, but that's what's been
Yeah,
floating around the Twitter sphere, as they say.
there
Which
was
I have.
two I hate that as well. There was two similar sounding guys. I can't remember what their names are, like Ricketts or something, and Rackets. It's something
Oh,
like that.
Jim Ratcliffe, who is a Chelsea season ticket holder and Manchester United fan, has
Yeah.
said that he'd rather not buy Liverpool, surprisingly enough,
I wonder why.
because I think he's got some kind of stake or he owns outright Nice in the French
Yeah,
league, and they're going to get a big
yeah.
new TV deal, so he's going to make a lot of money off that.
Okay.
And Man United fans are seething because they were hoping that he was going to buy them out. Now, I think he
Right.
still could,
Yeah, he could.
but
Different
that's a
country.
that's a different club, and we don't care about them. I hope they get bought by, Gordon Gecko. He's asset
Yeah.
stripped. And,
Yeah, just completely
yeah,
leave, like just nothing inside, no seats in the stadiums or
no,
no lights, no
no,
bulbs in the yeah,
yeah.
that'd be good.
And then there's who are the outlandish bets? Well, Jeff Bezos himself, which I can't see happening. Someone like that. One of these rich Yanks.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Bill Gates, Elon Musk, the usual.
Yeah,
Some of those Indian billionaires, the Chinese lot
yeah.
we've been linked to. Supposedly
McC-
two loads of them.
What's that guy's name? What's the guy's name? McCartney or something like that. Um,
Wasn't he
oh, I
the
can't.
is he the richest guy now, or the second richest?
Um, I don't know. Is he the guy that has got a massively overvalued company in India?
Yes.
I think that might be him. Yeah. No, I've probably got his name wrong anyway. But there's a rich guy. Apparently, his wife is involved with Manchester City.
His
So,
wife.
so there's a chance that he might not be interested just simply because of conflict of interest.
Yeah. We've got
Um,
the Abu Dhabi lot, we've got the Saudi lot.
yeah,
Someone
I
that's
don't
been
see
for us before.
Dubai.
Yeah, 94 million worth, or 91 million be lame.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy you for $5 million. Yeah.
yeah. Is it Doctor Evil?
Yes, it is Dr. Evil. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I don't want to be owned by any state, any awful human rights
no,
scumbags. Cut. to me saying, "I love our new owners."
Yeah. I, for one, welcome
One of
our new
those
insect
with
overlords.
a tea towel on my head and the thing. Yeah.
Oh God. Well, I was bad at the scalping.
Well, that's what the Newcastle fans did, didn't they? As
Yeah.
soon as they heard that news, they were like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah. Well, they were out saying it's time for cans. That's what they were talking about. Getting some beer. That was their first. Yeah. That's what you kept hearing online. Cans.
They were
That's
original ones,
fully
not the
in tune with the the the
yeah,
ethos of the Saudi government is
yeah,
alcohol.
lots of alcohol.
Yeah.
They must. What do they think that they when they see those fans?
What those belly ones that
Yeah,
doing
they're
that
like, what?
with the scarf.
Yeah. What do they think? They're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
what have we walked into? What is
Yeah.
this? Let's go back to murdering journalists.
Yeah.
It's much better.
Yeah. Hugh
Yeah,
Doom chainsaw sound effects.
I don't know what I don't know. People, someone said to me, "What would you do if you got like Saudis in?" Yeah, and I said I wouldn't. I'd want them out. I'd plan to get them out. I'd back the manager and the players, but the owners can get to, you know. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well,
It's
I
not
think what would
happened yet.
happen is Klopp would be gone
Yeah, he wouldn't
pretty
stay
soon
around for
after
that.
that.
Yeah,
We'd get in some lick spittle
two shell. That's who we'd
little
get in.
yeah,
Former
some little
Chelsea. Yeah,
toady to the blood money. We're getting
yeah,
something like that. They'd bring in a load of mercenaries, you know. Of course, we could get the Chinese government. Could be
yeah.
Chinese state owned. That'd be great.
They're much better. Yeah, much better,
Yeah,
wouldn't they?
yeah. With their, I mean, to be honest, I think they're probably the worst bet. They've got loads of money, obviously, the Chinese state. Well, have they? Because they've got a massive housing crisis. They've got a massive housing bubble that's about to burst. Got all these
Yeah, they go
big
bust. That's
companies.
what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. People don't realize. Like,
this
even
is a
the
very
oil
bad time
companies.
to
Yeah,
buy a football club,
yeah.
especially if you want to invest in it. I don't think that the problem is that the people who are selling it are, ironically, even though everyone's been going FSG out, all those Twitter people been going
Yeah,
FSG out, and even though they haven't been putting the money in, not as much as everyone would like, but sell to buy or whatever, they're probably the in this kind of scenario, they're the kind of people you want to kind of weather the storm.
well, they've
Whereas
made us self-sufficient. Like we can carry on.
whereas
Like,
we could go down the kind of PSG route, of insane amounts of money spent on superstars. Maybe we'll get Messi or someone, who knows, whatever. You know, he started to play good again.
yeah,
And or we could go down the David O'Leary Leeds route.
yeah. Just
Uh,
go completely out of business
yeah, just
almost.
inflate, and then a badly baked, you know, I'm
You
trying to
open
think
the
of
oven
something.
too quickly.
Yeah, exactly. The blancmange just goes,
Yeah,
and that's it.
pots out. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's whatever. We don't know.
no,
But it means it changes everything. So all the plans that you have for like players and signings and that, where does that go? Do they still
yeah.
stick to that? Do they have like some new person coming going, no, we're buying Mbappe, we're buying this person, we're buying all the top players.
We're buying
That's
Snoogie Doogie.
yeah, so we're buying Snoogie Doogie like was it Gillette or Hicks?
Yeah, Gillette and Hicks. I
Yeah,
think that was probably Hicks.
yeah. He seemed like that type of
Yeah, Gillette was a bit of a huckster. Hicks was
yeah,
like an old, you know, he should have been like a judge. He was like that judge in My Cousin Vinny. He's
yeah.
like one, like some out of touch old guy. Who
Stuck
knows?
in his ways.
Yeah,
Mm.
no, you don't want to see his private Twitter conversations. Let's put it like that.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. He'd be getting bopped out by like a big black guy, like I saw a video today, some
Oh,
old American guy using that word and
oh,
him just getting not punched. This guy looked about 6'4". Yeah, this black guy, 6'4", And he said, "What you call me?" And he just was slapping,
Oh,
slap, yeah, slap, slap like this guy. And like no one tried to stop it. They couldn't stop it. Yeah, they were just watching this guy get slapped. And then he said something else again. Like he wanted to get beaten up. He
yeah.
got slapped so powerfully he ended up on the floor, and he nearly got it again. But like that would be the type of
Mm.
conversation that I would have. We can only hope that he's been slapped by a big giant black guy.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what he likes in his spare time.
No.
So
Something creep.
yeah, big friends with Bush, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think they were involved in the Texas Rangers, weren't they?
I
Back when
thought you
Bush.
were going to say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, no, that's the Saudis again.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. Someone should turn up to like their game.
What, dressed as
In
Leatherface? I
yeah.
I think that's sort of bad, bad taste. Maybe to turn up dressed like Osama bin Laden because they liked him, didn't they? You know,
Yeah.
they were his pal.
Well, they're buddies with Israel as well now. I've done a secret deal
Right,
supposedly.
we're going down the Kanye West road now.
No, they have the Saudi government because they stayed out. They stayed out of the Palestine thing, even though they're meant to be on the side of the Palestinians. They've kept out of it.
They're on the side of the rich people.
Yeah, of
Look how
course
they
they are.
treat their own people.
Yeah,
Anyone who's not rich is dirt. So, you know, I can't see them really going for that. Egypt, on the other hand, I don't know. Don't know what Egypt's position is.
who knows? As
Yeah.
soon as
But we're
someone
getting
tried
into
to do it,
geopolitics here,
yeah.
and this is not a good
But
subject for a
it's
football
all connected to
podcast.
football. People think
Yeah.
it doesn't connect to football. It does.
Well, like I said, at some point in the future, you should do a show with the league table of clubs in terms of their ethical, like the moral league table. Yeah,
Yeah,
like who the owners are, what their employment policy is, um, how they treat people during COVID,
yeah.
the kind of players that they keep, depending on what's been said and what's been done, cat kickers and that kind of thing. I mean, basically, I'm just talking about how West Ham are scumbags, but no, that's not what I mean.
And Arsenal
Yeah, and
and
Arsenal,
Man United
yeah,
for their players for
and
what
basically
they've done.
most of them, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we've never had any players done anything bad, and
no,
never happened.
none,
No.
none.
Anyway, I think that's about it.
Yeah,
It's getting on a bit. I even the Zoom filters are trying their hardest, but they're failing. So
yeah.
I think we should call this one at the end of the show now. And don't forget, come back next time when we'll be discussing new Liverpool news and possibly new owners. Who knows what's going on at the moment.
Yeah, maybe a change up of the format slightly. I
We'll
don't
do a
know.
World Cup special. Come on, England.
No, no, we won't. We'll
Right,
do a World Cup special, but it'll just be what players aren't playing.
yeah, for the alternative World Cup, the World Cup that
Yeah,
should have been.
yeah.
Yeah, mentioning
No,
no names for me now.
no.
All right,
Unlucky.
bye guys.
See ya.
Like and subscribe.